Second Chronicles chapter 29. Now, you need to understand this as students of the Bible. There are times that God will use illustrations. In the Bible, we call them sometimes types, sometimes symbols, sometimes parables in the New Testament. And the depth of the knowledge of what God wanted to pass across, he will teach by those symbolic, practical, objective things that they could relate with. We do that in our educational system. When our children are very young and we want to teach them fractions, we will take perhaps a piece of paper and then we will cut in two, and we'll make sure that we cut into two equal halves. We say this is one out of two parts. We say this other one is also one out of two parts. They understand because we cut that sheet of paper in their presence. Then we say, when we say one out of two parts, with the gesticulations or the gestures of your hand, you are saying one out of two parts. We write one, we write two, then we draw a line between them. One out of two. We say the name we give that is half. Here is one out of two. Here is one out of two. When we bring them together, it becomes the original unit that we cut into two. You go through that practical, objective method because the children are very young and they don't understand. But by the time you do that in the kindergarten, in the post-primary classes, eventually they now associate half and half to become one. And later, you do not need to be cutting papers, by the time you get to maybe primary 3 or 4, you just say half plus half, they know now it is one. And we do a lot of other things like that too. Even when we get to secondary school, if you are going to talk about the area of a triangle, and here you have a rectangle, from their primary school session, they already know. Now they are doing triangle and other things in primary too. But in the rectangular something, you say, well, if this is A and this is B, length times spread is the area. And then you say, how are we going to find the area of the triangle? You slash that thing diagonally. And then you divide into two. Then you turn it and then you merge everything together. When you see that this is equal to this, then it means that this is half and this is half. That's why we say the area of the triangle is half A times B. And by the time you divide all those things objectively, then they know that this is how to find the area of a triangle. You can develop that to the area of the trapezium or the parallelogram. Now, you do it for them that way because they are young and they are just beginning that area. That's exactly what you find in the Bible.